Hi guys, Mike here, and this is the video review for the Dell Vostro 3560. This is a business laptop. It's meant for small businesses, and unlike the Inspiron series, it brings a couple of extras. And we're going to have a look at this device. It's fairly new, and what we have here is the top configuration for this particular laptop. Of course, this is a 15-inch device. It comes with a 15.6-inch screen, so it's pretty heavy, about 2.7 kilos, which is about 5.8 pounds, something like this. It's not very slim, it's not very light either. It measures about 1.2 inches in thickness, so it's not really that bulky. It's not really slim either. The exterior is covered in aluminum, so there's a brushed aluminum plating over here. You have the Dell logo on it, and there's also a lot of matte plastic. These gray areas, they're made from this smooth rubbery plastic here, and on this front side of the lid cover, and on the back you still have the plastic. It's not really the most beautiful finishing here with this aluminum silver sides and the plastic black middle, but at least you can remove this panel. It's quite easy to remove it, and you're going to get access to the internals. You have the speakers here. There's one on each side, one here, one over here, and the battery over here on the back. It's a 48 watt hour battery, a 6-cell battery. It's gonna push this laptop for about 2 hours. Now let's have a quick look at the sides and what we have here. On this part you have the PSU, you have the VGA output, the cooling grid, HDMI, 2 USB ports, microphone and headphone. And on the front, notice that the front is covered in the same smooth plastic, and it feels nice, and it looks quite solid. You have the status LEDs over here, you have the SD card reader here, and on this other side we have an express slot card over here, the optical unit, which in this case it's a DVD writer. You have another 2 USBs and the LAN adapter. And it's quite nice that on this part all the ports are placed towards the bottom, which means that if you're going to use a mouse, you can place the computer on the desk, and you can have a mouse here in this part on the right, which is actually quite interesting. Opening the lid, you'll also notice that the interior is made from the same gray plastic. It's rubbery, like I said. It feels very good, and it won't catch fingerprints or smudges. There's a vast palm rest over here, and the same finish is used for the screen's bezel. Talking about the screen, we have a 15.6-inch panel here with a matte finish, so it's a non-glare screen, and then a very nice resolution. It's actually full HD 1920 by 1080, and the colors, as you can see, they're actually quite good. I'm not really sure if this is an extended gamut display like the one we saw on the Asus N56 or not, but definitely the screen is very good, and the viewing angles, they're good as well. It's not an IPS panel, it's a TN panel, so if you're going to lean it on the back, you're going to see the colors fading, but overall it's quite a very good screen. Now let's focus a bit on the keyboard, and you notice that we don't have a numpad, but because of that there's plenty of space to put this big keyboard here, big keys properly spaced, and of course you have a proper size enter over here, proper size arrow keys, proper size shift as well over here, and overall the keys are quite good. This is not a backlit keyboard, but there is an option for a backlit keyboard as well. You're going to notice that it's very quiet, and there's very little flex when placing it, even here in the middle. Overall the keyboard is accurate, and even the space is one of the best I've seen so far. As for the trackpad, it's wide. You can see that we have plenty of space here for multi-touch gestures, which aren't always working, but overall it's quite accurate and it's smooth, and you have dedicated click buttons, which is something I like. Very easy to press and not at all noisy. You also have a fingerprint reader over here, and on top you have 3 dedicated buttons you can customize, while on this other part there is the power button, and that's pretty much all. Of course, on top of the screen you're going to have the webcam. It's an HD webcam, which will be quite good for your chatting with your friends or your Skype conferences and stuff like this. Let's talk about the performances of this laptop a bit. Like I said, this is the most powerful configuration, and it comes with, let me see, it's a Core i7 processor, 3612QM, so it's part of the Ivy Bridge platform, 4 GB of RAM, and it comes with hybrid graphics. Besides the integrated graphics from the Intel chip, you also get AMD 7670 chip, which is not really a very powerful graphic card. It's comparable to the NVIDIA 630, so it's pretty much a mainstream chip. But in terms of performances, this is going to be very fast. I'm going to show you a couple of benchmark results. For instance, in Windows, you have a 5.9 Windows rating. Let me see if you can zoom in here. So 5.9 Windows rating in Windows 7, and what else do we have here? You have P5500 score in 3D Mark Vantage performance, and you also have nearly 3000 points in PC Mark 07. But more details about this will be available in the written review, and the description for the written review is below. There's a link, just click it, go on mikesquarter.com. And speaking about that, let's go ahead and load the browser, and let's go on mikesquarter.com. This is the website, and I'm going to show you that you can use the trackpad to two-finger scroll. We're doing it right now. Unfortunately, two-finger pinch to zoom doesn't seem to be working, but still, this is a very good trackpad. You can see that I'm moving the cursor around and it's very accurate. And overall, the computer is going to be very fast. YouTube, it's not going to be a problem. And of course, if you want to, I don't know, watch a bunch of different types of clips, we have here the 40 megabits 1080p MKV, and it should be able to play this without a problem. Okay, so it's working, and let's go ahead and turn on the speakers as well. And once again, you're going to notice the viewing angles. They fade a bit when you turn the screen towards the back, but once you set it right, it's going to be quite good. Now, I'm also going to show you a couple of games. We don't have that many, just 2 games, so you see that you can actually play some titles on this one, despite not being a very powerful device in terms of graphics, so not really a gaming laptop. The first game we're seeing here, it's Black Ops, and these are the settings. Let me just quickly show them to you. It's 1920 by 1080 pixels, so it's native resolution with normal texture quality. And the game is playable at this resolution, but of course, if you want more frames per second, you should probably just go ahead and turn down the resolution a little bit, because right now you can see that we only have about 30 frames per second, which is not bad, but it's not that good either. So the game is playable, got about 30 frames per second here, which is actually quite good. Okay, so that was the first game. I'm going to show you another one. You hear that? That's the cooling system, but we're going to talk about it in just a couple of seconds. The second game we're trying here, it's Dirt 3. And we're once again on the Full HD resolution with details set to medium, and the game is once again playable. You can see that we have an average of up to 30 frames per second, which is actually quite good. and we have a very smooth game over here. So bottom point, while this laptop is not really meant for gaming, it will be able to run some of the basic titles, and for the newer one you might still be able to play them as long as you're going to trim down the details and the resolution. You probably noticed that during our games, but you're going to hear it now as well. This computer has quite some noisy fans, and because of that your experience might not be that pleasant. When playing games or running other intensive applications, the cooling fans will be loud, and even so this part over here, and especially the part beneath where the cooling grid is placed, will get quite hot. The good news is that the palm rest and even the keyboard area won't really get that hot. This part will get a bit warm when playing games, but it's not really something you would be bothered of. One more thing I wanted to say here. We should talk about the prices. Now, the Vostro, this series starts at $599. And for that you're only going to get a Core i3 processor with 4GB of RAM and a 320GB hard drive. If you want the top configuration like this one with the Core i7 quad-core processor built on the Ivy Bridge platform with the dedicated graphic chips from AMD, and with the bigger storage, of course with illuminated keyboard, like I said, which is an option, the full HD screen, and some extra warranty, this can easily go to $1,500 right now. And for this kind of money I wouldn't really buy such a computer. It's expensive, considering that you can get better for less. It's not probably something I would advise towards, but still, it's a good laptop. It has plenty of interesting things about it. The keyboard is very nice, the trackpad is good as well, overall build quality, the screen, and the laptop is quite powerful. The only issues I have with it, the loud cooling fan, and of course the price tag. Alright, that was it for now. That was the video review for the Dell Vostro 3560, the new business laptop targeted toward small and medium business owners, launched by Dell right now in 2012. For more details you should leave a comment if you have a question or anything like this, and of course go on the site on mikesquarter.com. In the description below there is a link towards the written review. Go there, read the review, and post your comments if you have any on this laptop or on any others. Okay, that is for now. That was the video review for the Dell Vostro 3560. Don't forget to press thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you like what we're doing here. Thanks.